In this video, I'm going to talk about burning bridges. Why is it bad to burn bridges? How can you make a repair when you burn a bridge? Which I would say is kind of like making amends. How do you make amends? That's the same thing as repairing burned bridges. I've burned lots of bridges over the years. I've learned that it's never good when I burn a bridge. Never, never, ever is it good. It's never a good thing to burn a bridge. So pause when agitated or doubtful. And I'm always going to pause when agitated or doubtful. I'm always going to play the tape forward and realize that burning a bridge or just being a jerk to somebody is never going to be in my best interest. How to repair when you burn bridges. Burning bridges is a metaphor that means to damage or destroy relationships with others, often by saying or doing something that is offensive or hurtful. It is generally considered a bad idea to burn bridges because it can have negative consequences both in the short term and the long term. I've experienced that. In the short term, burning bridges can damage your reputation and make it difficult for you to build new relationships. For example, if you leave a job on bad terms and say negative things about your former employer or colleagues, you may find it difficult to get positive references or to find a new job or new job opportunities in the future. Similarly, if you end a friendship by saying hurtful things or betraying someone's trust, you may find it difficult to repair the relationship or to form new friendships with people who know about your behavior. In the long term, burning bridges can limit your opportunities and create unnecessary stress and conflict in your life. For example, if you burn bridges with people in your industry or in your community, you may miss out on valuable networking opportunities or find yourself excluded from important events or projects. For example, I was at the height of my alcoholism and drug addiction. I got fired from a company called College Works Painting, and I was the VP of the Northern California division. I was 30% owner of that division, and I was so out of control. I was a disaster, and I became too much of a liability for that company. And there were 4 business partners. And after I had this trip to Vegas and then followed by a trip to Cancun, and I was a freaking disaster. And I remember Matt Stewart, who was one of the general partners that I worked with more closely. After that trip to Cancun, he calls me up and he says, "Hey, I need to meet with you. I'm going to fly up there tomorrow." So he flew from Southern California to Northern California. We met at this little Thai restaurant called Sophie's in Davis, California. And he said, the trip to Vegas, the trip to Cancun, they were just too much and we got to go our separate ways. So I was the 30% owner of the company and I got fired. And I didn't like that. And at that time, I wasn't willing to take responsibility for my part. And so I spun it to everybody I spoke to, and I made them out to be the bad guys. Like they're jerks, assholes. I worked my ass off. I mean, it was my entire life. But my drinking and drug use was so out of control, and they did the right thing by letting me go. And in our separation, there was since I owned 30% of the company, they had to pay me out. We agreed on one thing. And then it ended up kind of falling apart, the agreement after the fact. And I ended up taking them to court, or I didn't take them to court. I hired an attorney and I ended up getting all my money. But in the process, I burned the bridge, essentially. And I actually went back when I did my 9th step amends. I made amends to all 4 of those business partners, and they were happy to hear from me and grateful. All 3 out of the 4 were happy for me and grateful and okay. However, that bridge, we never truly reconciled, and I believe that I probably lost out on lots of potential future business opportunities because those guys, they were doing good things and they were successful, smart businessmen with resources and opportunities. And actually, I was not able to. There was an entrepreneurship group that I tried. It was nationwide that I tried to get into. And Matt Stewart I think he was on the board, the national board or something. And I tried to get into that organization and they wouldn't let me in. And I believe they didn't let me in because I burned the bridges, which was not only potential future business opportunities with those guys, with Matt Stewart, Jay Reed, Spencer Pepe, Jeff Gunnis, but also future potential business opportunities with other people that they're connected to. And I wasn't able to get into EO. So It might not sound like a big deal, but it was kind of a big deal. Those are lots of potential opportunities, and I completely burned those bridges. So it was like, this is not a good thing. And it's like every time I come across somebody that knows one of those guys. I mean, have you ever burned a bridge and then you connect with somebody? Let's say you're trying to date and the girl you're dating knows one of these other guys that you had a falling out with through business or whatever. Now, this girl or this guy that you're trying to date, they know you have a mutual friend. It's like, oh shit, man. I hope that they don't talk to him. I hope she doesn't talk to Matt. Okay. So burning bridges is whether you're trying to find a job, a new relationship, whether it's dating or friends or whatever it may, or you're trying to get into a club. And if you're burning bridges, it's going to make it really hard it creates a roadblock. I've had many employees over the years that have left me, whether it's Westbrook Vacation Rentals, Camelback Recovery, and they're able to stay on good terms. I mean, I've got a woman named Michelle. She was my very first director of outreach and admissions. She left, and I think she definitely had some negative feelings, and we went our separate ways. But I'll tell you what, like, she held it together. I don't believe that she shared it. There's one guy that she was close to, based upon my relationship or based upon just the conversations that I've had with him. She may have shared her negative feelings with him, but she did not share her negative feelings with other people that I'm aware of. And her and I, like, we're good. I see her. She still works in the industry. She's great. I think she does amazing work. I don't agree with the way that she left, but like, she held her head up high. She does an amazing job and whatever. It's all good. I have a few other employees that have left. Christina left and like, we're good. Hannah left. We're good. And when people leave for whatever reason, whether they're not feeling good about the position or they find a better opportunity or whatever it may be, then who cares? Like, we're all here on this earth doing the very best that we can. I'm doing the best that I can with the tools I've been given. I also have had employees that leave on bad terms and they say negative things. And like, I'm not even going to say their first names, but I have a couple of house managers, they left and they don't have good things to say. And it's like, really, I would just say they got to look at their part. And I'm not going to give them an employment reference. I'm not going to whatever. It's not, I'm just going to I'm going to bite my tongue. Really, it's what I'm going to do. But you can guarantee that I'm not going to give them a good reference, whether it's someone that I know personally or professionally. I'm not going to give them a good reference because they don't have good things to say. If you burn bridges with a family member or former friends, you may find yourself isolated and lonely without the support and connection that can help you navigate life's challenges. Overall, it's generally better to avoid burning bridges whenever possible. This means being thoughtful and considerate in your interactions with others, even when you're feeling angry or frustrated. When you're feeling angry or frustrated, pause. Pause when agitated or doubtful. Journal, talk to somebody else, vent to somebody else, but don't lash out too quickly. That's my suggestion anyways. Maintain positive relationships and leave doors open. You can create a more positive and fulfilling life for yourself, both personally and professionally, if you're able to hold it together and you don't burn bridges.
If you found this video to be of value, be sure to like it, subscribe to our channel if you want to see more videos, leave a comment if you have a question, if you've got something to say. Camelback Recovery provides treatment services for people struggling with mental health, mental illness, addiction, alcoholism. So if you or someone you know is struggling, be sure to reach out to us. You can go to our website, camelbackrecovery.com, or our information is in the comments section below. And we provide everything from detox, inpatient, outpatient treatment, sober living, recovery coaching, sober companion services. So either we'll be able to help you or we'll be able to refer you to people or treatment centers that might be a better fit. So I will see you in the next video.